Yes, we do. We've got a lot more left to see. Obviously, this has been a bit of a gift of a series, right? We're going to be going all 3 maps. We're heading into Overpass now, and this is going to be great. We get to see more of that head-to-head between Kenny and Simple. Also, we've seen Shox look pretty good with the AWP over on, on both maps, right? Picking it up alongside Kenny whenever the money facilitated it. But these first two were very, very close, and I imagine Overpass is going to have kind of similarities to the other 2 maps in that regard.
I think one similarity as well is expect Simple to drop another 30 bomb. He's done that twice in a row now across the first 2 maps of this series, and he is looking hot to trot as we head into Overpass. Map number 3, it's going to be G2 starting things off on the CT side, the favoured side of the map, but as said by Chad, he's expecting NaVi will get a little bit more done on the T side than maybe we can be ready for, or G2 will be ready for rather. Let's get into things. NaVi, lots of utility onto the T side of Overpass, as they like to do in their pistols, and setting up very early outside of the B-bomb site.
Yeah, looking like this could just be the fast B play from NaVi. They throw in this utility and try and play off the back of it, but Jackson Lucky already stopping it in its tracks. The B side play not finding too many results just yet. Shox in with another. Lots of missed shots there from Zeus. And this does leave Edward alone, hung out to dry in the 1v4.
As Zeus is getting aim punched, you see Lucky pick up the Glock after he kills a player on short, and Zeus was obviously that util player, so no armor for him. Spam down, aim all over the place, and Edward left for the clutch. He's going to long rotate round. Why not? I always respect someone giving it a go on a pistol round, try harding these, because there's never a reason really to save, especially not as a terrorist. The bomb still under the control of G2. Edward going to full wrap through A, but he's sneaking. He doesn't need to be. G2 are all playing this bomb site right now.
Yeah, they've even got someone keeping an eye on Heaven. You know, very aware that with Edward not showing his head, he could go on this wrap. Lucky will be fixated on this position. For Edward, armorless, a 1v4, 30 seconds. We're painting a very, very grim picture, and justifiably so. Because this is not a round he should have any stake in.
Oh, he hasn't been spotted though. Lucky's jumps don't find him anything. This could give Edward an angle to Shox, but Lucky just catching it. There it is. Shox will shut him down from the pit. It's G2 with a pistol here on the CT side of Overpass, and NaVi left to force a Rico here. I can imagine the force buy will come through. They love to invest in these second round T sides. But if they want early AKs, they can't do that. And that will be the play. Just pistols here for NaVi. Looking for the 3rd round buy.
Yeah, Zeus dropped over 2 Deagles. Shox doesn't have armor, which you imagine is in error, although he is playing up in Heaven, so maybe by design? I don't know.
Now.
Yeah. No, I doubt that one too. You imagine that is just a mistake, but, you know, they remedy it by throwing him up into the heavens at least, right? You can kind of dodge the aim punch from up there. Zeus made the decision as well to drop 2 Deagles over in this round, to Simple and to Flamey, which leaves him a bit limited in the next. You can just look to have him on the SMGs alongside the rifles, so maybe not the end of the world, but they have put some stake in this round, and Simple there with one of those drop Deags already able to open things up. Does shut down Kenny over in the toilet, so now there's a gun that could be retrieved here for NaVi. It's only the MP5, so not the end of the world.
NaVi just hoping G2 get aggressive here to give them another kill with this Deag, but not looking like it's going to come out. Electronic now wielding that. It's Flamey has picked up the MP5. And Heck making contact. Simple taking away his life. But this Jackson the double on the back of the SMG will keep this round intact for G2. They've lost long. NaVi have pushed on to the side, so Jax needs his kill desperately, but he dies to Electronic. These 2 Deagles, Harry, they're making this round a reality. 18 seconds as Shox drops a man up close, and Electronic grabs the bomb, but 13 separate him in a bomb plant. He can't get to the site. Lucky has the cross. That got very dicey for G2, but they will be able to convert it. And now NaVi going in with rifles on round number 3, with the exception of Zeus, who will be limited. I mean, now they're set up wonderfully for breaking G2's economy.
Yeah, both teams though in that same boat. So the pressure on either side of the coin. We're going to see Amanek bringing out the auto shotgun, and not something you see every day on Overpass. There's a few places he could look to use it. One of them is going to be down in the connector, and that looks to be his chosen avenue in this round. Lucky, by the way, already with this aggression into short water will create some problems for NaVi. To the muted sounds of EDM.
This banging
electronic.
track.
Yeah, it is a banger, isn't it?
Oh, look at this aggression. If Lucky gets flashed out by Shox here, this could get dangerous. No flash needed. Shox takes the kill instead. Lucky is deep, and Zeus, is he aware of it? No. Nades in his hand, and now nothing as Lucky takes him away. G2, 2 men up in this round. Amanek's even got an aggressive on short. Kenny posted on long, and Flamey needs to clear this angle because a shotgun can be so perilous, but ducking below it. Great job by Flamey. Keeps this round intact for NaVi, but for how much longer? Kenny and Shox winning both their duels. Edward trades back. He knows where Shox is, but he can't find his shot. 3 kills for the man who did buy armor this time. He's 7-0 and 0. G2, 3-0. Yet to lose a round here on the CT side. NaVi's money still not there.
And this is a great start for the G2 squad. The fact that they're able to keep that first buy round so clean is a rarity. And so now they're given a great chance to build this money up on the CT side. Shox is going Bames John as well. He's 7-0. A tactical pause over on the NaVi side of things. Not too happy with how that first buy round transpired. And you can understand why. 2 players getting caught by that aggressive monster push from G2. Certainly not something they're keen to repeat.
Yeah, but luckily with these rounds, you can still get pistols and armor. And I mean, look at that second round where NaVi had just a couple of deagles and they made it almost work, Harry. So, moving into this one, similar story. We've got the Galil, we've got pistols, we've got armor, but do they have a round? I don't think so. G2 are going to be armed to the teeth with Kenny now on that AWP. Smoke to cut off Flamey early on. We've got NaVi barely even leaving the spawn at this point. Looking pretty dim for NaVi right now. But the smoke is out and the push is on. There's no one fighting A. G2 play passive. Rotate coming on through, though. Kenny going to move up to the top side as NaVi, I imagine, will try and split up towards this A side of things. Combining with that of Edward, who will be making his way through the playground as well. NaVi, a minute into the round. They've got control towards A short nearly. But still yet to even make contact. This passive setup for G2 is just burning down the clock.
Ooh, Flamey gonna take down Amanek. So they have secured some foothold over here towards the A side of things. But that's not where this play looks to end up. Instead, it will be culminating down here in this B bomb site. Jax is holding for it. He's got a little angle to look through. The issue is he's getting pressured, bailed out by Lucky. The bomb does go down at the very least. The issue is everyone for NaVi getting found in these post plants. Edward left alone and Lucky able to deal with him. So that will be G2 sitting 4-0 up. A buy is available here to NaVi, at least in this coming round. So we get to the AWP back in the hands of Simple.
And that's what we've been waiting for, right? Simple versus Kenny. already had two, well, I wouldn't say great AWP maps, but it was a lot of fun watching them fight out in the yard in Nuke. On Train, of course, that is a great AWP map, and Overpass going to be joining that as well. Kenny donning the AWP. Simple is going for it. He's outside of A early on. Kenny trying to go for that early pick, but Simple won't give it to him. Late up through the fountain. It's Amanek to get aggressive with the AWP. 1 kill. He even shuts down the AWP. What a round that Amanek has just made for G2. 5 on 3. 2 of the key players of the NaVi roster out and about. Or no longer about. They're just out, Harry. And G2 can just fall back into yet another passive setup with this heavy advantage early on.
Sharks lies in wait as they try to get by him. They will. Right now, they haven't actually cleared the toilets towards the long side. In spite of getting Electronic so deep, he's in danger of getting wrapped.
Ooh.
And now the penny might drop just a second too late perhaps, but Flamey able to shut down the first man. They still haven't cleared out Amanek. And he found a double from this long position just moments ago, so still the potential to do even more damage. Kenny's got to run through that Molotov as he ducks out of the A bomb site, but Amanek, we've been waiting for this flank to come in. The timing might be there. Flamey in danger of getting caught, spots the connector player, but not ready for the close man is Zeus. Flamey's still here, but finally put to bed by Jax, and that leaves all the pressure onto Electronic. Kenny very, very fast, and G2 will take the 5-0 scoreline, the 5-0 lead over NaVi.
And the fact that we had that doubles toilet set up, Harry, even though Shox loses a fight to Flamey, putting it back into a 4-on-3 for G2, the information that Amanek gets that they're already crossing up towards A allows for that early B water push and the quick rotate up con. When Amanek made contact with Zeus on the site, his teammates were right behind him. They were already there. So G2 being really, really quick on these rotates is setting them up for another successful T-side. Harry, 5-0, NaVi. They've had plenty of gun rounds, but not plenty of success. No AWP on this T side, so back to the AKs for them. Kenny, yes, he's got his, so keep your eyes out. Or keep them peeled, which doesn't sound too nice. I don't want to peel my eyes. Lucky
no,
getting...
These are my eye holes after all.
They are your eye holes, Harry.
And, well, initially G2 trying to keep NaVi out of their personal space, and Kenny will be doing a good job of that as he finds the double down in connector, and it's Simple. Left alone, 1v4 required. Sneaking out from the monster, does have the bomb on his back, and Jax trying to keep an eye on this monster play, but Simple could very easily get rid of Lucky. Now, whether or not he'll be ready for Jax is another question. And one that we get the answer to very, very quickly. The answer was no. A 6-0 lead for G2. And let's not forget, both these teams find themselves joint first in the group right now after picking up wins just yesterday. If we see G2 win this out, then they move to the top of Group C over NaVi, and they set themselves up nicely, only having a game versus Wendigo left to play.
Yeah, and I mean, even if they lose that game, it's going to be a very good setup for G2 to be in. They've beaten the top 2 teams of this group and left to the, I don't want to downplay Wendigo as a team that can't beat G2 because they already have recently, but Wendigo is the bottom team of the group, Harry. So G2, to find this win here would be a huge way to start off this season of Pro League. Definitely not the team we expected to top the group, but they have looked great while doing so. Now, can they keep it up? NaVi's T-side's falling flat right now at Overpass. Not what any of us really expected in this series. Quiet game from this T-side. G2 not really been tested down on B. NaVi again going up towards this A-short toilet area. Orp spotted on the site. Simple can't get the kill. It's only on a scout as well, so not exactly armed well for this. Shocks at Amanek. Late round aggression into long. They find a kill to Edward and info off the back of it. No one's here. They're going back down towards B, and that's where Jax funnels down Zeus. 2-man advantage for G2. NaVi still desperately waiting for something on this B bomb site, but it will not present itself. Jax gets even more info. This bomb only now getting retrieved from NaVi at the 30-second mark, and they've got to bring it desperately in towards B, where with 2 smokes and a flashbang, They're hoping for something, anything to go their way.
That little flash over towards short as well forces the pre-fire from Electronics. The G2 are pretty comfortable in the knowledge that there's at least one more man here. And now Simple making his presence known. He'll get finished off as well. Jackson with a triple, a 7-0 lead for G2 right now. And they keep 4 players alive in that round there. All of these rounds being pretty clean for the most part on the G2 side of things leaves them in a great spot in terms of the money. We won't get to see one of these comebacks that we've seen throughout most of the series here in the Pro League thus far. And that's that, you know, a team gets off to a blinding lead and then the team on the back foot, well, they're able to pick up one round and reset the economy, the winning side.
And that usually ends with them, you know, bringing back these dominant 7-0, 7-1 leads into a fairly equal half. And hey, at this point, NaVi will take anything they can get, Harry. They've not got one T-side round yet. This is looking like a struggling game for NaVi. And a blinding G2 to kick off this first best of 3. I mean, I say kick off, we're on map number 3. We're definitely into the late hours of this one. And while NaVi have gone to sleep, G2, well, their sleep cycle's as broken as ours. They're wide awake. They're ready to game. And long may they live, Harry, because no AWP again for NaVi has left them with full rifles and setting up quickly towards the B side. They've not had too much presence here, but this could be a different story.
Yeah, change of pace looks to be the answer, but already these nades have found so much damage. Edward just trailing into the bomb site with 26 points of health. Flamey getting burnt down low, but no kills are coming through yet for G2. And oh, Jax is sneaky. He is sneaky indeed, hiding in the smoke from NaVi. Now emerging, now behind them, and he's like the boogeyman. He's gone again. That's it. He snatches up Zeus, and now he's back into the smoke. Edward's looking for him desperately. Oh, there we go. He does spot him. Trade comes in from Amanek. Electronic and Simple remain a dastardly duo on the side of NaVi. But that bomb drop does present a major problem. Simple has gotten by. Kenny going to delete the man over on short, and Amanek has his back. The crossfire prevails. G2 in with an 8th. They shut down that aggressive play, and they managed to keep that round almost flawless.
Yeah, 3 players staying alive, still the economy being a problem, and what a play in that smoke as well. Not only just getting 1 kill off of it, but the amount of time that he stays alive there just creates such a problem for NaVi. They can't commit to the execute when they know they've got to deal with a man behind them. On top of that, the info that allowed for the full rotate of G2, they had Kenny straight into the pit and Amanek to join him as well. G2 with another CT round. All too familiar scenes. Amanek and Kenny, early aggression towards that A side of things. Lucky's going to try and push into the B short as well. He might be met with a few angry NaVi players swinging open the door. Jax does catch him. Electronic trying to trade. Lucky being able to get himself... It was actually his first kill because it was Jax to take the initial one through the connector. But 2 for the price of 1 here for G2. They've hit quite the bargain up on this B bomb site. The only issue is G2 have decided to rotate back down. They're looking to commit towards B off of this early aggression. It might not be the right call to make, and Amanek might need some help. Molly out in the doorway. NaVi being slowed down by this use of utility. They're finally going to get their way to the bomb site. Simple's up close. Amanek just using all his nades to keep NaVi back, to delay them with this push. And that allows time for G2 to not only rotate Lucky up from the spawn, but allows this double wrap from the con side. Edward could get blindsided here from the back lines. The Sharks, creepy crawly up to the site. 40 seconds as NaVi make their move. They shall to the grave. 1 kill from Sharks. There's the trade, but the AWP still coming through from the back line. And 9 HP for Edward. He could not hold strong. Amanek has been so good in this map for G2. He's been getting 2 kills every single rifle round, and he will not stop.
He honestly won't. There seems to be no limits to this G2 CT side. I mean, it has been phenomenal. And NaVi, they don't have answers. Get him back into this one. Hopefully. And trying to see what I can over on the screen. But there we go. We're back. We wanted to catch some live reactions, Hugo. See if any big kills tilted someone for G2 early. And instead, Amanek, given the opportunity for a bit of a spray down, Kenny's still alive, still kicking inside of the bomb site, and that's a real threat. NaVi do not want to go running into the waiting AWP of Kenny S. That is for sure. Lucky is down here at short, posted up, trying to keep an eye on Simple. 3 players for G2 up in that A-bomb site right now, and you're relying on Lucky not just winning this initial gunfight, but at least getting the information. Actually, never mind, because Shox has done some digging, and he's discovered that no one from NaVi resides in these toilets any longer. If Lucky deals with Simple, then this should be all too obvious, but this is a deadly fight, and Simple's going to shut him down. Now that B bomb site looks tempting as ever. Kenny on the other side, blindsided by Zeus, but a nice flick. So many players in his crosshair, he has to tuck away for the time being, and will shut down Simple. Now Shock's arriving on this ramp, but Electronic drops him. It's Jax to deliver some normality back into the server. A 10th round for the squad of G2.
What are you talking about normality, Harry? This is 10-0. NaVi haven't got a T-side round on Overpass. There's nothing normal about this. G2 are shocking them. And more mid-round aggression from G2 that just seems to be perfect every single time. The toilets has been such a point of contention for NaVi that they have just lost time and time again. Even not necessarily losing fights, but losing the map control there gives G2 the option to rotate early down towards B. Kenny hits some great shots of the AWP once again, and finally Simple has that AWP, but it's far and thin between when we see him on that sniper in this map. NaVi have not had the rounds nor the money to prohibit it.
It's really not every day as well. You see NaVi go 10-0 down, and Simple with just 5 kills to his name.
And he's still top of his team.
Yeah. So he's still keeping that going at least, but somewhere, something has to step up here for the NaVi squad.
Look at this push.
They've somehow missed a player over here towards short. Jax will decide to check it, and that's Electronic gone. He's dropped early from this round, spots the aggression, but will they be ready for Lucky, who is just sweeping his way through the back line of NaVi? This has meant that there's 3 players up on A on the back of the info he gets. Now, this could prove to be a double-edged sword. If they manage to deal with Jax over at short, that B bomb site is open for the taking. But Lucky, continuing his reign of terror, and he's getting very lucky himself in these timings that no one's bothered to check. Kenny draws the attention away, and Lucky looks to move in for the kill. There it is, bomb dropped. Only Zeus and Simple left in a 2-on-5.
Yeah, they don't know where Simple is, though. He's got himself very deep up long. Lucky going to be flanking, and Kenny actually is watching it with the AWP. So many players and not enough angles. NaVi getting 1 kill in that round, and it is 11-0 for G2. When will they stop? Will they stop is probably a better question.
They will, now that you've addressed the elephant in the room.
Okay, well, maybe I do that for NaVi's sake, because this is certainly not the T-side that we were hoping for coming into this third and final map, Harry. That's the key, final map.
Yeah, we were building this up to be a very, very close matchup, right? All the other maps had been down to the wire. It was looking good. It looked like we were in for a real thriller of a third map. And potentially we still could be. And it has been a blinding CT half from G2. You know, impressive stuff from them, but just kind of flat across the board from NaVi right now.
Yeah, we've not seen one real execute. I can't think of one round where NaVi have been given the room to set up smokes and go for a play. And that's the issue. If you start getting steamrolled and you go down 6-7-0 down, G2 feel confident. They get in your face, they get aggressive, and they disrupt this process for NaVi. Again, 5-10 seconds into the round, we had 2 players from G2 deep monster past the short tunnel and then going back to kill Electronic, who was in B water. When NaVi are losing fights like that, you can't really blame them. They're just not given the room here by G2. And the more rounds that G2 get, the more they're going to do these kind of crazy plays. NaVi getting caught out once again. AKs are in their hands, but no utility on a couple of players, no AWP again. Amanek gets aggressive with the flashbangs. That early molly denying NaVi the fountain's control. Great nade from Amanek as well. Look at the damage that's found. Makes every weapon on the side of G2 far more dangerous.
Yeah, NaVi almost feeling like they're in quicksand, right? Like the more they're struggling, the worse this pressure that G2 are putting on them gets. We do just need to see them maybe slow things down a bit here, hold this default, and that's what we're seeing in this round. They're not letting these big information plays come through. Now, Shox is up in the boost. This isn't something that NaVi have had to encounter just yet, so will they be ready for it?
Zeus hiding in the connector. That door is still shut, though, so it's not a worry for the time being. He's just trying to clear it out. NaVi looking to get his slower map control here, and I like the change of pace. certainly will give them the room to set up for an A execute, but with this bomb still down on B and Electronic and Flamey holding on to this portion of the map, it seems like NaVi do want to just establish A control only to fall back later in the round. We'll see. Smoke up short, gives them a bit more room. 35 seconds. G2 going to begin to rotate a man over. Not being too quiet about it either. Shox will go. And Edward shoots through the smoke, but he's only trying to keep players here, and that he might. NaVi setting up for this B play, and they're already through Monster. G2 rotating down. This could be the first round for NaVi.
Might finally look to break the streak. G2 are very fast back into this bomb site. Trade goes the way of NaVi as Simple's found a double over on short, and that might be enough for NaVi to finally break the curse, put a stop to the madness. Amanek is still so far away from B. Lucky is here alone. He's found so much damage on a Simple, and Amanek has picked him up, tapping on the bomb. Still time. It forces the peek out from Electronic, but he gets the kill. And for Amanek now, this feels like it should be impossible. Shuts down the first man, tapping on the bomb. He's sticking it. Edward's got to get him off, and he will with seconds to spare. NaVi narrowly picking up their first T-side round. And if they're able to scrape together a 4-11 scoreline, then this is still recoverable.
Yeah, but that's a big if, Harry. Especially when they take one rifle round with one player surviving. Doesn't exactly set you up in the long run.
No, but that's where you have that little benefit, right? You've lost 11 rounds. To say your loss bonus is banked up is an understatement,
yeah,
right?
True.
So you will be able to buy in pretty much every one of these rounds if you're NaVi, as long as you get these bomb plants. That's going to be the important factor heading forward. That said, at this point, the bank loss bonus kind of loses its effect, right? Because if you're losing rounds at this scoreline, you're kind of screwed in that sense anyway. Even if you've got to buy in the next round,
money's
you
great.
Can't afford to give anything up.
Money's great, Harry, but you know what's better than money? Rounds. And
yeah.
That's something NaVi is certainly
I'll
lacking.
be telling that to the next people who hire you. He doesn't want money, mate. Just let him cast all the games.
I already do.
That's true. And that is payment in and of itself. The joy of Counter-Strike.
Well, not for NaVi. They're not looking too joyful on the server right now. 11-1. Another buy, another B play seems to be the aim of the game here for NaVi. Could just rush through Monster to their own detriment. Flamey gets tagged through that smoke.
Great early utility damage once again from the side of G2, right? A few shots raining in to pepper up Electronic and Flamey, and then a nade to accompany it. Has already seen a bulk of this damage done. Jack's good for one, flashed out and peeks wide on the back of it. Will get traded by Edward. NaVi don't have to dedicate to the B bomb site just yet, but with that frag coming through from Simple, they just might. Flamey's in with another. And suddenly Kenny and Amanek, all that remain. Amanek goes straight through this smoke, tries to catch them off guard, and he's done a lot of damage, but only one kill from it, and now it is Kenny alone. He backs off. And in spite of these rounds being so clean from the G2 side of things leading up to this moment, that money has still been eroded down by the NaVi side.
And Kenny, he wants to go for this, but no time left, so it will have to be a second round for NaVi.
Little does he know it. There's only Zeus in the bomb site right now,
yeah.
and he's got 2 HP. Simple is wrapping him up through the heavens, and there should be no way Kenny sees this coming.
Certainly not this close, and that's a free orb. That's why Simple went for the full-on wrap round. Takes the gun away from Kenny, but most notably gets it for himself. We've not really seen Simple have a chance to orb in this map. He's had it a couple of times, but by and large just been cashless here for NaVi. And will he not keep it? No, he doesn't. He just goes to the AK instead. Simple. Maybe looking for these faster rounds here for NaVi. It worked twice in a row. Now looking for 2 more. The 4-11 half in the horizon here for this T side. It's not going to be great, but as you said, Harry, it is salvageable. You can do something with it on that CT side, assuming you get pistol round behind it, but still lots of ifs and buts here for NaVi. G2 going with a double con setup, something we've not seen just yet, and this could surprise this T side. Been very quiet here so far. And now we've been given control round after round towards a connector, so maybe conditioned to think it's still clear. They make contact, Amanek gets one, now he hides, and Shox can swing wide. Upon the next contact, he shall. Zeus is dead. And G2, 5-on-3 immediately. They can bail out of this bomb site. Kenny S is still on A. And the rest of G2 leaving Connector, going back towards B and taking the safe path that they already own, not offering up NaVi any trades.
NaVi now having to waste so much time on just clearing this connector area. Jax is on the other side of the door as well, lying in wait as a bit of a surprise. Door gets opened and swang wide to facilitate that peek from Electronic, but Jax has somehow dodged the danger that lies in connector. Tries to cross on a short and simple, using a little gap in the door. We'll at least pull this one back into a doable situation now for NaVi. The one thing that goes against them is the G2 going to have the majority of their players down towards this B bomb site. Ooh. NaVi have found the opener.
Yeah, Shox is still here though. They don't have a smoke for him. Nade's going in. 8 seconds for him to try and stop the bomb plant, but Amanek's done it with a nade from heaven. They've got to stick it here, and they don't even have time. Shox can just get the kills. And even though Simple takes him down, it's a round for G2. 12. Amanek even killing Electronic after time. That's not what you want. NaVi don't have the money, nor do they have the rounds. Only 2 on the T side with a max of 3.5. This is disastrous. Starting to look like they were getting back into the swing of things, but right as they do, G2 clamp them down with that immediate 5-on-3 thanks to the connector control.
And the big problem, if this goes 13-2, which feels like it definitely could on the back of this very weak buy fielded by NaVi here, is suddenly that pistol round decides your entire fate in this game in the NaVi side of things.
Zeus is playing AWP as well. It's going to work, but if Zeus is AWPing over Simple, then something's definitely up.
Yeah, Zeus trying to make a name for himself. Trying to take that mantle away from Simple.
Oh, this could be fun.
Ooh, that'll be heard though.
No.
Simple tries to spray through and time it with Edward. He will get rid of the first man, looking for the second, and there's the wraparound from Electronic. So NaVi are making something of this round. Kenny and Shox remain on the other side of the pond, and Kenny just rotating away from B. A millisecond too soon. Up into the heavens is where he looks to play now. Ooh. Going all the way up towards A, which considering Shox has just cleared out the toilets and is now in connector, maybe feels like a bit of a miss here. Simple easily able to mop up Shox, and Kenny now left in this 1v4.
Yeah, last round of the half, got to go for it. But NaVi, enough players to shut it down. Kenny's going to creep on through there. Should be on the angle. No one's watching it, but it's not a worry because he's not going to be able to cross the bomb site. Zeus is there. AWP shuts him down. 2 kills from him on that. And NaVi salvage a third round. 3 on their T side of Overpass. Certainly not the cleanest half they would have liked, but assuming they get the pistol Harry, this can still be a winnable match. Right now, G2 are looking ferocious. And will they be able to find their second map rather, and take that top spot in Group C? We're going to find that out after the break.
Walk away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk on, baby. Pinch me and you make believe we're dreaming.
It was close on Nuke, it was close on Train, but here on Overpass, things have been a lot more one-sided. G2 sitting in the lead in a big way right now. NaVi able to salvage a 3-round T-side. The problem is, pistol round, pretty wild card round, really could decide the outcome of this entire series.
Yeah, for sure. If NaVi lose it, they're kind of out, Harry. I think that's a safe bet to say. G2, they've got all the rounds to fall back on. And utility on the pistol round. Let's see what their game plan is. P250's dropped over for Lucky and Shocks. That's a bit terrifying. Edward peeking down on B early on.
I'll do the sound effects.
Okay, yeah. Give him.
All right. That's the train going over.
Nice,
Nailed
okay.
it.
I mean, the sound's
Yeah,
back.
it's back. It's back. I'm not needed. I've been replaced. But Shocks, he's going to shoot Simple in the face. Man advantage taken for G2. And at a crucial moment as well, they've lost such a man on the NaVi side of things. And what a scalp to find if you are G2. Edward, push it in. Trying to get this wrap round, but will he be ready for Amanek? Shocks is just making noise, and Edward gets spotted. He decides, maybe I don't want to take this fight. Backs away. Doesn't know how many players are outside of B. Lucky making his presence known over towards the A side of things. Finds a bit of damage downrange through the long position, but we'll give it up. And it looked like this should culminate in the B play for this G2 squad.
Yeah, G2 have been dueling all over the map, so it's anyone's guess where this bomb is going. NaVi still indecisive with their rotations. Flash over the top. I think that was a bit too high. Amanek's going to be in the site first. Those 3 players on the other side miss shots. Flamey and Edward will find a killer piece. It's going to be Flamey in the back of the pit, keeping this round alive as he finds himself another 2 each for both these CT players, and Lucky cannot trade. NaVi do find the pistol. The start of something here in map number 3, Harry. They've kept the game alive. It was do or die in that first round of their second half. And they did do. So they won't die yet, at least.
Yeah, but let's hope it's not do or die later for NaVi. As you say, they're able to pick that up, and considering they lose Simple so early on, it felt like that should have been a G2 round. So they do a stellar job to recover it. No force buy in sight for G2. Instead, they just look to play the numbers game and play it safe. Looking for a buy in the following round. They will get mid-control here in this one. But about to run into the waiting gun of Electronic in the toilets. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
Oh, that's a lot of info, and Zeus wants none of it. Just going to hide down on long as he spots 4 players with that bomb. They're going to start to close the distance. These rotates are taking their time, considering Zeus saw everyone here. Jack's going to get tagged. Simple locks it down. Zeus will join the fray, and this should be an easy site to defend for NaVi. No one dead. Fully covered G2, really, with just P250, so didn't really expect too much else. Now they've got the AK buy in. Like the G2 aren't, you know, going for these crazy force buys when they have such a lead. You may as well just play for your rifle round. No need to try and gamble with pistols and armor. Now they've got AKs and the likes. Plenty of util as well, as NaVi still run their bonus. So it's going to be, you know, when you're NaVi here, it does make sense to run the bonus round, but it kind of leaves you scrounging. 3 SMGs as G2 look to go faster towards this B bomb site.
Oh, but the nades early are good to find some chip damage. Amanek, though, emerging from that smoke, takes another nade to the chest. Wins the fight regardless. He will get brought down low in the process. Edward has cleared out short water at the very least, and this 3-man hold for NaVi at B won't get pressured anytime soon. G2 changing their sights to elsewhere on the map. Now making mid their focus here. They have Amanek alongside Kenny in this portion of the map. Jax and Shock's going to maintain the foothold that they work so hard for down here at the B side of things. We've already seen G2 sitting a man up, if you think back to the pistol round. This time they sit in that situation once again, but it's Edward to reclaim the man advantage. Shocks might have just caught the timing here, and indeed he does. He catches both players. out of position down in B, and now Simple rotating in to try and save the day. Might have done enough with that one kill on the Jax, but Shox is on a tear despite being on 3 HP and a smoke down. Electronic here, both these players are low, but Shox is delivering in spades, 13-5. Shox is the savior of G2 in that round there, and they really do owe him massive because, you know, losing the player inside of the bomb site just left Shox, and I think what Amanek on around about 15 points of health between them. That would have been a very easy time for Electronic with the MP9.
And it was almost caught as well when Shox tries to play that timing push into B after he spots the boost. Zeus jumps from the pit and actually sees it. The communication just comes in late. Edward didn't turn around in time, and Shox gets both opening kills towards B after losing the man advantage. So G2, what a round to pick up. What a scalp to find. 13-5 here on the T side. NaVi, they did lose their bonus, and they can buy up rifles as a result, but the issue is no util behind it. Simple with no armor. And Edward missed the timing. They're already in water. I think he's heard them, so he's just going to leave it. Falls off the boost. Amanek could build his own, but he needs a teammate to do so. NaVi still with his bait and switch up on long on A as well. We've got Simple with the AWP playing alongside Electronic. Thing is, that won't be met with any aggression for now. G2 looking like they want to take this B bomb site. They've left the bomb, but Lucky could go get it. He's coming. And with only 2 smokes and a Molotov for this execute, it's certainly not perfect, but it might be enough.
Yeah, there's a lot of ifs and buts involved in this site take, though, and lying in wait on the other side. There will be 3 players here for the NaVi side of things, so hard-pressed if you're G2. They get the most out of their utility, but Zeus able to find one over the top of it. They'll drop Kenny. They still haven't discovered the threat that is Flamey nor Edward close in the pit, but these smokes have just segregated them from the bomb site. They can't find anything through it, just as I say that. Edward kickstarts this retake by leaving G2 with just 3 players to rely on. No smoke for this bomb plant, and it is planted for short, but Electronic finding both players with their backs turned. NaVi going to pick up a 6th round as they begin the grueling road to the comeback.
But if there was any team that could do it, Harry, it would be NaVi. Do not count them out of this game, especially if you're not, especially if you are G2 here. A bomb plant at least will facilitate some funds, but NaVi's starting to claw back these rounds here in the second half. I like the retake setup as well. They already had a man advantage, and you know, made further by the fact that Edward gets one through the smoke as the bomb goes down. So G2 immediately in a 3-on-5 in that one. Not really given much room to play with. And I mean, that execute as well had really lacking utility. They had no flashbangs to hit that B bomb site. So lucky that they even get a bomb plant, really. If we had NaVi playing within the confines of the site, they certainly should have been able to shut that down, and they shall in the post plant. 13-6. G2 still looking calm. It's not out of their control just yet, but it's starting to surface for NaVi. Pistols for the French. And a bit of a B play up their sleeve.
Edward on the other side. Here's that Molotov, and now should be all too aware of what's coming his way. The G2 train hits like a freight train in towards B, and Jax with the triple. He's the conductor behind the wheel, and he has derailed this round for NaVi. Electronic and Simple left up. The Molotov at least burns Jax out into the open, and now it's Shox alone. Knows where one of these players is, but is not aware that Electronic was there as well. Or Simple, rather. Just playing for time, letting that bomb tick on down is Shox. He's slowly but surely getting wrapped to the left and can't quite time that right. So NaVi able to hold on, secure themselves a 7th, but at a pretty heavy cost considering that was just pistols from the side of G2.
Yeah, huge entries from Jax on that AK-47 into B, but a round is a round, and at this point NaVi know that, you know, even if they're only taking 1 player alive in these winning rounds, as long as they're winning them, it's okay. It's better than the alternative, because G2 only 3 away from victory in this best-of-3 series. Now we have the AWP out. Should I say the AWPs, because 1 per team. Kenny versus Simple. Simple, who certainly turned it around since the initial start in this first half. And Kenny's been a bit of a beast all day long, but Not really seen him tested in this map. Nades from NaVi trying to find early damage to G2 in this short water. They will push through the smoke. No fear from G2. Oh, gets stuck in the window pane.
There's still this three-man mid setup from the G2 side, and with Kenny now eliminating Flamey down towards B, that's going to apply some pressure in the minds of NaVi. They start this rotation of Simple away, and that means they have to dismantle this aggression. Electronic leaving the toilets. Simple could catch a timing here as he goes to peek with Electronic. Shox makes his presence known, and Simple is looking for the trade. Edging his way round. Shox is not ready for this, stuck in beneath it. Gets away with a tag, and he knows in that situation he's very lucky to be alive, more so than ever. Only Edward down here at B. He's got to deliver in spades, but to his advantage, that bomb is still dropped back in connector, so G2 can't follow this up with a push. They've got to slow right down.
They don't have time to slow down, Harry. 25 seconds left. These guys have got to get the bomb site here and now. It's Zeus up on A with Simple rotating to join him. That's where the bomb's headed. The smoke going inside of the dumpster now to cut off that point of rotation. Simple's going to be cut off by the utility. Jax running through, but Simple, same story. He's in the site and he's fighting back. 2 kills as Zeus finishes off Shox, who was tagged earlier down on the flower beds. It is NaVi finding success on the CT side. They are clawing their way back into the game, Harry, never giving up.
No, not at all. And now it seems all too doable, right? I mean, when this was 12-3, and I mean, if you recall in that piss round, G2 actually sat with the man advantage. It seemed like they were going to be the shoo-ins to take this series. As NaVi are slowly but surely building their way back into this, G2 going to start to get it in their minds that this game is eluding them. We are starting to see some big moments from this man on your screen. If you recall, I think he finished that first half with something like... I'm trying to think. I know into like round 12, he had 5 kills or something along those lines. So, you know, he's had a fantastic recovery, now sitting top of the board.
G2, they've always, you know, impressed us with these kind of rounds, Harry. Always surprised us. The double Mac-10 triple pistol buy. This was such a problem against Fnatic yesterday. They won this many, many times on Nuke. But will NaVi fall to the same fate? Simple on the A site alongside Electronic. They may need some help. Flashes through. Great shot from Simple to start. Long is clear. He doesn't have to worry about it, but Electronic's got the information. Simple's got 2 kills to his name. Third to the left. Flick shot missed, and Kenny S is alone. But he will start things off onto Simple. Can't exactly retrieve that orb, but can decide to whittle down on the economy of NaVi.
He would love to get his hands on one of these rifles that have been dropped, but they're just all within the realms of NaVi right now. They even rotate Flamey to hold passively down in the pit outside of B. So Kenny, that B bomb site is not really an option. And as he tries to find some success over here in A, he'll get spotted, slowly whittled down by the AKs and orbs that reside inside of A. So another round for NaVi, now just 4 behind G2. They came into this half 9 rounds behind, so they've done a stellar job of getting it back to this point. Another buy back on the cards for the Frenchman. Rifles out across the board on either side of the equation. NaVi know they're not out of the woods just yet, right? They don't have that money that you can reliably fall back on, so they really can't stomach a loss here. They can still salvage a buy, but it's not going to have all the features they might like. Amanek spotting the head of Edward over the top of the boost has kick-started this round with the man advantage for G2. Dismantling that early. First time in a while we've seen NaVi have to play into these rounds a man down.
So he's desperately looking for a response through the corner of that wall, but won't find it. G2 setting up for this play. Kenny, oh, he gets spotted. Simple dropping out of the heaven there with that AWP. Look at NaVi's gamble. They put all 4 players on this B site. Great wallbang shot from Kenny. Although he doesn't know it, Zeus is now on 5 points of health, but although G2 don't know it, they're walking into a full-on stack. Flamey catching shocks creeping through the monster. That will have equalized it. 4-on-4 now. NaVi can opt to go back towards that A site now, knowing that they've at least relieved some of this pressure on B, finding the man who's been entering them round after round. It is Shoxy. Now Kenny just staying around this lower bomb site, and G2 rotating back up. Lucky has pushed himself deep in the long toilets, and G2 want to play off the back of this early control. Thing is, NaVi are now split 2-2. It's not an easy bomb site for the taking, no matter where you go. Kenny going to look to throw a spanner in the works. If he gets a kill here, this round is going to be perfectly placed for G2, but no one offering themselves up. Zeus is holding, and Kenny is shooting shots straight into his chest. That's going to draw these rotates. That's going to make people fall down towards B, but it's all a con. Up towards the A site, G2 take their bomb. 10 seconds left. Simple surely can't stop this plant. He sprays, but he won't connect the full spray. Only damage, but so much, and spread so thinly. NaVi now have to retake a man down.
And they're gonna save.
No, if only.
Simple. If only he realized how much damage he's done. You still understand why, though. That's the exact issue we were just highlighting. For NaVi, you know you're not out of the danger zone yet. Your money is still in a very volatile position, so it becomes paramount that not only do they hold on to the AWP, but they keep a rifle on Flamey. I was worried there for a second because it looked like he'd lost it somehow.
It is respectable, because the thing is, when you're up against 13, you know your options are, like, if you go for it and lose all your guns, you're not only giving G2 14, but you're not going to have anything. So NaVi would rather, you know, try their hand at another few CT side rounds with the full buy to play with. Will G2 give it to them, though? It took everything from G2. It took that big lurk from Kenny to find an opening kill that did pull NaVi off of the bomb site. If Simple didn't rotate there, NaVi win that round. So, huge gamble from G2, but the lurk is preposterous, sending the solo AWP down in towards B.
NaVi calling in a tactical pause here, and it is their last in this map. This will be the last little timeout they have to make sure everyone's on the same page for the final push to try and make this comeback happen. Since getting onto their CT side, they've managed 6 rounds to their name, doubling that they were able to get in the first half already. And still very much a means of getting back into this one. See them having a little discussion. Zeus making sure that everyone has a clear understanding of how they're going to approach this round, the most important round for NaVi in this series so far. And possibly most important round of this series all day.
And look at the pace being set by G2. Amanek is straight up short with the entry kill. G2, do they go off the back of it? Do they continue with the push? They're just holding, hoping that NaVi walk into their crosshairs. Now the Molotovs raining over the bomb site, but they are responded. NaVi have utility of their own, holding back Kenny from getting out through this cross. Shox is going to go for it. The flashes facilitate the push. He's out into the bomb site. Flamey just missing, and the missed shot, that might cost him, but luckily Zeus bails him out. Electronic drops a bomb as well. This is going swimmingly for NaVi. The save in the previous round may have been questioned, but it is all paying off here and now. 4-on-3, low HP for 2 of the G2 players. Flamey's dead. This could still be won.
It's such a back and forth round, but a lot of damage done there from Kenny. They finally deal with him. And now you look to Lucky to have a big performance. Does deal with Simple. So back and forth, and it's still anyone's for the taking. This bomb is dropped out on short. Zeus starting to peek into it, but Lucky, his second kill of the round. Is he going to be ready for Electronic, who sprays him down but doesn't quite find the kill? And now they know he's here, they know his whereabouts. G2 looking to try and play off of one another, but Electronic trying to steal the round back will get shut down. It comes down to the wire, but G2 reaching map and series point here on Overpass. 1 round is all they need, and for NaVi, the reason why this one is so crushing, the fact that it's so close, it was their round at one point in time, but Lucky has a massive performance alongside Kenny. And the heartbreak now is the investment here from NaVi is tragic, to say the least. You've got a UMP for Zeus. Simple's on the auto shotgun. I've never really seen him use it, so we might be in for a treat, or this could be a grueling defeat. Let's find out. Once again, the fast B play thrown in from G2. This time, NaVi have stacked this bomb site up, and Shocks, while he gets the trade, it's going to be supplemented by Kenny now with this long aggression.
Ooh, Edwards in the corner. I can't afford to get spammed through this smoke. Simple rotating, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, G2 shut it down. 3 kills and 16 rounds. They'll take it here on Overpass, winning the series out 2-1, and taking that top spot here in Group C. Some said surely NaVi can't go anywhere but first place, and it's still possible then for them to fight back with another game for NaVi in the future. But G2 have at least solidified that 2-0 here in Group C. What a game from them, Harry.
Yeah, fantastic stuff throughout from everyone on G2, all having highlight moments. And on this occasion, they rise above and beyond that of NaVi. They'll take the victory. We'll be back. We still got more Counter-Strike and the desk after a break.